talk here on the show about a cost of living crisis and how difficult it is for many people to make ends meet. Particularly, of course, if you are a student, they are living on a very tight budget, trying to make the best of it, knowing at some point that they have to pay this budget back. It's not for free, as we've now noted. A lot of people never knew that when they first signed up to further education. In my day, it wasn't really an option, you see, unless you were seen at the higher elitist level. You simply could not go to university. You simply had to get out there, find a job and work. I'm sure many people watching this feel exactly the same way. But what's interesting now is the way that brands pivot themselves against people, of course, who basically are claiming that they're wanting to assist. But more importantly, when you turn the corner, you realize that ultimately it's not about a cost of living crisis. It's about, well, they just need extra money. As ever, let me explain. This particular brand, the reason why I mentioned higher education and all that sort of stuff, is a big favourite with the students, particularly over here in the United Kingdom. Greggs was seen as one of those places, that you could get an affordable meal, a tasty snack, a treat, and then maybe, that would see you through as your main meal. And I don't mean that disparagingly, it's just full of delightful treats, everything from warm pasties to donuts to beautifully made sandwiches. But of late, of course, they've had to put their costs up, according to them. And what's interesting here is they've just shot up. It hasn't gone up in 5 or 10 pence, What is interesting with brands like this, and they're not alone, is that they've looked at the fact that the cost of living crisis is an option to just add on money in the hope that you'll simply pay because, of course, it's a cost of living crisis. Or is it? Here's where it gets interesting, because Greggs have recently expanded, so much so that they've opened one of their biggest ever stores in the very heart of London, the once prestigious London's Leicester Square. That's right, they had a big open day, and even recently they had a battle to open a store down in Cornwall, because of course Cornwall is the home of the traditional Cornish pasty, and apparently there was a bit of backlash, but as you know, money talks. Here's as ever where it gets interesting, because while Greggs are basically claiming, well, look, we have to put the costs up because, of course, the costs are rising for us. A lot of people are now speculating this, and as ever, we have to say allegedly. Is this to fund the expansion of all of these particular stores across the United Kingdom, or is it genuinely a cost of living crisis? Do you have to pay more for the ingredients, the delivery? I mean, after all, these particular things are very rarely made on site. As ever, what I find interesting with this is they can still afford, of course, to have their own awards. That's right. Apparently, even one of my shops regionally has won an award for best service. So you see, everybody wants to be famous. Everybody wants the glare of the spotlight. But more importantly, as I say, when you look at someone like Greggs, particularly for a lot of people out here that are going through a true cost of living crisis, then this used to be the sort of place you could pick something up, particularly on the move, and feel that you'd had something substantial, all the while getting on with your day. But seemingly now, Greggs is pricing itself out of the market. But at what cost? Because as they expand, will people expand with them, or will they simply expand shutting their wallets and find somewhere a little bit cheaper, more cost productive, and more importantly, cost effective? As ever, I'd love to know whether you've had a similar situation with one of your favourite brands in your particular city or town. Have they suddenly decided to put the costs up, all claiming it's about cost of living? Or more importantly, are you more suspicious and thinking you were either funding things, or as you'd normally see, the shareholders are doing incredibly well, while the rest of us are simply forking out for the privilege? Neil Sean in the very heart of London.